There are a lot of renewable energy sources out there, such as wind, solar, and water. However, we often overlook the heat energy from deep beneath our feet, geothermal energy. In today's video, we'll go over how this energy is generated on Earth, how we can use it, and where we can use it. Starting off, what even is geothermal energy? It is the heat generated by the Earth itself, without the help of sunlight or anything. This is a neat source of energy as it is renewable, and it is generated 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, regardless of any weather conditions, unless the Earth explodes or something. As some of us might have guessed, this heat probably comes from the hot molten magma in the core of the Earth, and that's correct. At around 2,900 kilometers below the surface, the gravitational force of the Earth squeezes onto its core, producing heat and friction. However, most of the heat energy actually comes from the decay of radioactive elements in Earth. Some atoms of an element have different amounts of neutrons than normal. For example, a potassium atom has 20 neutrons, while a potassium 40 atom has 21 neutrons, and we call those abnormal atoms isotopes. Those isotopes are radioactive, meaning that because they have a different amount of neutrons, they are inherently unstable and emit a vast amount of radiation, or energy. This process of releasing energy is called radioactive decay, and it is always happening at Earth's core. All of this radiation heats the core to over 5,000 degrees, and this is the main source of the Earth's geothermal energy, as a boiling hot core heats up the water, rocks, and gas around it. This is great. We have essentially a giant heater in the middle of Earth, but how can we capture this energy? The core heats up water underground and eventually releases them into the surface through geysers, hot springs, and steam vents. In most parts of the world, for every 1 kilometer of depth we go, the temperature generated by geothermal energy increases by around 25 degrees. This means that we can directly harvest this heat energy from the surface and warm up whatever we need. We can also use the steam produced by geothermal energy, such as from geysers, to generate electricity in steam engines and turbines. Heat is a very versatile energy, and by converting it into electricity, we can power almost anything. So then, where can we use this energy? In almost all parts of the world, this heat energy can just be harvested as, well, a source of heat. We call this low temperature geothermal energy, obtained from pockets of heat reaching around 150 degrees, sometimes just a few meters below ground. Another way to harvest this direct heat source is using geothermal heat pumps, where pipes of fluids, such as water, run loops underground, warming up the fluids inside via geothermal energy. This hot fluid is then connected to buildings to provide hot water and warmth through ducts. This heat source is also great for parking lots and sidewalks, melting snow during the winter without the need for spreading salt everywhere. And of course, where there is steam, there is electricity. By using the steam generated by geothermal energy, we can power steam turbines, which takes the steam and generates massive amounts of energy in dry steam power plants. This energy source is already powering millions of residents around the world. And there we have it. Given off by the gravity squeezing to Earth's core and the radioactivity of the isotopes down there, the Earth generates tremendous amounts of heat energy deep underground. By harvesting this heat source directly, or from the steam given off by the heat, we are able to warm up our homes and have another source to generate reliable renewable energy. I hope that y'all have learned something interesting today. Thank you for watching, and stay hydrated.